Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are going on a little bit of an adventure today, and I think it's going to be pretty good. I have high hopes for this location. First off, we have a 2-mile hike in, a mile uphill and a mile downhill. That's always fun. So we are heading up this logging road to the top of Timber Mountain out here in Northeast Washington. Now, Timber Mountain it's a little annoying in that there's 2 Timber Mountains within eyesight of each other. I guess really that brings up the whole other topic of names. How many Fish Creeks are there? There's a lot of Fish Creeks. And I feel like people maybe were less original. That's back in the day. So the reason I'm going up Timber Mountain today is, oh God, this is steep. It doesn't show on camera, but it's steep. Going up Timber Mountain because of andesine crystals. I believe that's how it's pronounced. They're kind of a trigonal crystal. Now, this was my first understanding of this as a locality was in Bart Cannon's book, Minerals of Washington. Then, in searching about it, I found an archived eBay posting, put the photos up right here, of the material from here. Now, nobody's really came out here and searched for this material that I can tell, and I feel like this is the Timber Mountain. The other Timber Mountain doesn't really have access. We don't have this super sweet gated road that you walk up. It's more like bushwhacking through this stuff. So it seems more likely that it's this Timber Mountain, not the other Timber Mountain. So, yeah, that leaves us with a nice little hike ahead of us. There is a fire lookout at the end of this road, which we get to look. Yeah, we get to see that. That should be good. And, yeah, we'll show you some of the hike in. Over the years, we've walked through and driven through a lot of current logging operations, old logging operations, all kinds of different stuff, right? One thing I have never seen on multiple trees is that right there. I'm going to show you this thing up close. I don't know what causes this. Why would this be blazed like this in a logging operation? That is clearly like cut out. I mean, that's like chopped. Anybody with more logging knowledge than me? We got off of the modern logging road and onto this old unused road, which yeah, I mean, that seems about right. Nobody comes up here. Only occasional people trying to peak bag, which that is a website that I definitely use as a resource to see what's accessible, what's not accessible, or what's doable. Put a link down below to it. It's pretty good. What to say about that? Oh yeah, you can see people's like speeds when they went up, all this stuff. It's like a whole community of people that do that. So for my perspective, it's good when trying to find things like this and how to access them. Back where they were logging, I probably should have showed it, but we're in granite country. This is all granite, quartz, muscovite, biotite, things like that. So that's what these crystals are apparently in. Here, you need to grab that. So really coarse grained granites. Should have mentioned it is the end of May. We've had a lot of snow this year. It's wet. The mosquitoes are out in force. I don't know if I'd come up here in July or August. It might be a little much. But we're starting to level out here, which means we're definitely getting close. It's very likely that I misread the elevation profiles, and it's entirely uphill the whole way. So, yeah, it's not a lot of people come up here. It's definitely narrowing in. I can definitely see the value in UTVs, electric bikes, one wheels, all of those things for stuff like this, where you just want to get to a location, but fire lookout's got to be close.
One more hill.
It's got to loop around and we'll be at it and have one of the best views in Northeast Washington. Well, most likely. Then we'll look for crystals. That building has seen better days. This looks like it is in excellent shape.
Alright, go ahead, Mike. It's okay, go ahead.
Go on, girl.
No, she changed her mind. I told you. Go on, Micah, let's go.
Go on. Here you go.
These are steep steps.
Might have to carry her down. Oh, believe that's Kalispell Peak right there. Yeah, I'm good going in here and nothing in here. I'll shut that a little bit better. Man, talk about pretty. That's the Penderay down there. Before I go down here, well, you can see Sarah down there. The plan is all of this rock in here, all this granite, we're going to walk around and we're going to look at it and we're going to start working our way around and hope to find some of this material. Yeah, I mean, we should be looking for things that are like pegmatites, ambelite, decayed garnets, things like that. So you can see we have really coarse granite in here. Yeah, I mean, lots of quartz, lots of sparkly mica, muscovite. I saw some black biotites. Sure is a pretty day for doing this. I don't know what that bug is. It doesn't look very friendly, though. What? I mean, is that just... This is the hard part. When you see things like that, is that low-quality andesine crystals, or is that just a continuation of the granite here? And they just have coarse crystals. Look at some of this pile of rock here, as well as this building. Huh. Wonder what this thing was. Let me zoom you out. I probably wouldn't let her walk on that.
Yeah. I see the nails now.
Yeah, lots and lots of nails. This rock over here stood out to me. I think we should do a little investigating here. I do have some tools with me, although limited, since I didn't want to pack them all out. We're only taking good stuff since we have so far to walk. I'm going to make the assumption that that is in the ambelite group. Oh, definitely. Ah, freaking ants. Yeah, we have a low quality garnet. That's what those little red dots are going to be. And we have the ambulite and smoky quartz and that. Interesting. So we're probably in the right. This is probably a good place to really investigate. This in here, this pile of rocks, has got to be the right area. We have coarse granite, ambulite, that green ambulite. We have really low quality garnets, and yeah, that. So this has got to be in this area. You can see there's the lookout right there. So I'm not exactly sure where, but this is the right timber mountain for this. This seems a little promising. This nice little rocky outcropping here in this little clearing. Oh, hey, look at that. That's, we're definitely, that is ambulite. What's that smell? The heck? What did you find? I do not recognize that, but we're taking it. We'll figure that out. We'll wrap that up. Do you think that is?
Mint.
Does smell minty here.
Or something related to mint. I mean, it's not the mint that grows in our yard.
I, of course, want more specimens to look at and figure out what is out here. But we're not seeing anything. We're poking around and we're looking for clues. I don't know. My assessment of this is that the pile of rocks behind that collapsed building and in the meadow have the most promise. We found the decayed garnets, the ambulite, biotite, very coarse granites, and it is geologically the right place to find these things, as well as this is the correct timber mountain, not the other timber mountain. Hey, hello. And some massive quartz. Can we get it to show? We're gonna show. Yeah, here we go. Massive quartz. It's kind of cool, I guess. I would come back, or if you want to come here, geopics. Get some geopics, bring them, and I would work in that meadow probably, and look for those pegmatite dikes. That's, I think, the takeaway. I do have a couple of interesting things in my backpack, which we're going to look at back in the shop, all nice and clean, some high quality photos, all those good things. And check that out. There's Kalispell Peak. I believe that's Kalispell Peak right back there. Little patch of snow up there still on the top. What do you think, Sarah? Thoughts on the fire lookout?
It's cool to come up here. Great day for it. Hard to leave without finding what we want because it was a bit of a trek to get here.
Yeah. It was cool to see the lookout. It was a little bit of a trek. It's pretty good. But sometimes with these types of things, you just have to be the first to come out and learn from this and other people can potentially come out now and know what to bring and where to go and what to do. Back from Timber Mountain, that was something that I had wanted to do for a while now. It was good to be able to go out, explore a new area, learn a little bit about some of the geology out there, look at some of the rocks. Granted, we didn't find exactly what we were going for, and part of that is my fault. I should have had the geopick with me. Now, it's hard because you have a 2-mile, rather steep uphill hike. The rock hammer, the gad bar, and the chisel, this comes to 3.8 pounds. The geopick is 3.8 pounds. You got to weigh it out, right? You can't bring every tool with you. We could have very easily gone out and been like, we need a shovel. And that's one of the problems when you're going someplace for the very first time. There's very little information available. I mean, hindsight, I would have rather had the geopick. We did, however, bring back 5 different rocks. I've done a little bit of identification on these. So we have a piece of smoky quartz with a piece of feldspar in there. Kind of looked like there's some sparkly scheelite crystals, and similarly I kind of thought that perhaps about this, as it is very kind of, I guess, how color would you say this? It's like a golden brown almost. Yeah. But nope, this is just another massive piece of quartz, but still kind of neat looking. Mostly ambolite, which I kind of knew that going into this, that's what that was. This piece of granite, so we have granite, we have little tiny red garnets, ambolite, and some mica sheets on here, kind of to be expected. This, however, I haven't the slightest clue. This one is currently stumping me a little bit. Now, I thought that could have been some form of mica, muscovite, that I don't know about. There's actually a book on mica, which I don't have, which that would have been really helpful, and I'll start trolling the internet for that. But not too far away, and we'll look at these outside in the beautiful sunlight, there is a piece of plumose muscovite. So it's like this fanned structure. And similarly, I'm looking at this, I'm like, well, is that kind of, it's not the same. These are not the same. But, this is very soft, and you can kind of see on the edge. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I have. It's kind of stumping me. So stay tuned for that. I will eventually figure it out. What were your thoughts on going up to Timber Mountain?
There was definitely some different stuff that we don't normally collect.
Yeah.
Or look at too closely. I thought it was nice to have the fire lookout at the top, because we didn't really find what we were looking for, but we still kind of had a destination, and we saw the fire lookout and we were able to walk up to the top.
The fire lookout was very cool, and although it was disgusting on the inside, it was stable, right? I mean, fire, that's good. I guess they do man it occasionally, although I wouldn't want to be the employee that cleaned it out. But that was cool. The road was far steeper than what I anticipated. That was steeper than most hiking trails I've ever been on. I don't know.
The whole entire way.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a section.
It's just like a never-ending steep uphill. I would go back. Yeah. I'd bring the geopick. I would pick another cool day. That is not a hot day activity heading up to Timber Mountain, but if we're looking for andesine crystals, we know all of the signs are there like we were expecting. I can assume if you went up there with some time, with the proper tools, you might be able to find some.
Good luck.
If you go up there, send me photos. And stay tuned to the website listing for this, currently rockhounding.com down below. And Any other thoughts? Any final thoughts on Timber Mountain? I liked it. It was good.
This is good, yeah.
Cool. Thanks for watching, everybody.